This week has been pretty eventful. For some reason, unbeknownst to me, the algorithm is just starting to push my content out towards a lot more people. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the rapid subscriber growth that I've been getting these past couple days. I think this past week I've gotten at least 30 new subs in the span of 3 or 4 days, which is awesome. I'm really happy to see that the channel is growing. I love seeing all these new faces, people commenting on the videos, subscribing for it. And it was just one video. I just put that out and it's just starting to do a lot better than my previous ones. So that's awesome. I really appreciate all that. Obviously, I wouldn't be talking about this if it wasn't for everyone who subscribed to it, especially with the live streams. I've been doing that constantly. I've been doing a lot more art than I've been doing gaming, and that's just because I love drawing. I think it's a really fun time right now, and I'm actually starting to get a little bit better. This past art live stream, I actually improved somewhat by learning how to do rendering properly. So that was awesome. I really enjoyed that. And to those people who subscribed because of those live streams, I really appreciate that. But I want to address some things that I've been noticing in the comments of my more recent video that's been getting a lot of traction lately. And I've been reading the comments. I read the comments all the time. I love to see what people say. If they critique me, that's fine. I love criticism. I think that's way better than no criticism at all. But I've noticed a similar trend that's been happening in that video, especially with the comments. And that is me being compared to Moist Critical. Now, after hearing that, I gotta say, I am very flattered. I love Charlie's videos. I am a subscriber to him. I think he's really great. If you don't watch him, then I think you should. He's a really great guy. He's very down to earth. He doesn't really care what people think. He doesn't have a script or anything. He just sits down and talks about whatever interests him. And I really respect that. I think especially with today's day and age, everyone's trying to do all these hyper edits. They're using AI all the time. It's just really hard to find content creators who are just very down to earth, who will just talk about whatever's on their mind and not give a fuck. Now, addressing the bigger elephant in the room, when you see my videos, I do have a similar trend to that. Reason being is just because I don't like to do editing anymore. I used to do some gaming videos back when I first started this channel, and the problem with that was I was trying really hard. I did not feel comfortable doing all these like weird acting kind of things, just not acting as genuinely as I could possibly be. And also editing was just really hard. I wouldn't say it was hard actually. I just think it was just so over the top. I was losing sleep over it. It was just absolutely burying me in stress. So that's why I stopped doing that, and I've sort of shifted to me talking about random topics or stuff that interests me, just like he does. Now, I don't try and cover everything that he does. Most of the time, whenever I upload something, I try and steer it to something that I would find interesting. So I will talk about maybe an anime that interests me, stuff that's very low key, stuff you wouldn't really talk about. I'll critique stuff, I'll talk about current events, that's fine. A lot of people do that. But I do think making videos like this is more beneficial for me in the long run. I'm not very outwardly spoken. I don't really talk as much in real life than I do here on the channel. So this is giving me a chance to practice that. I become a bit more outwardly spoken, I give my own opinion a bit more frequently, and I just like talking about stuff. It's very helpful to me, especially with the live streams. I play games, I draw, that's basically what I do. I don't really do any just chatting, sitting in front of a desktop kind of thing, or just looking at stuff online. That's not really my thing. I know it is for a lot of people, but I kind of want to do something that's more interesting to me. And I know people say that if you want to be on YouTube, you gotta have a very good niche. But I feel like if I stuck to one specific thing in general, I think I would just lose my damn mind. So this was the alternative. Yes, I do things similar to him, but I still try and keep things in my own little bubble. So I add things like background music to my videos. I don't do any movie reviews or anything. He is a movie buff. Me personally, I worked at a movie theater for 7 years already. I've already had my fill. I don't want to go back unless it's something that I really, really want to see. I probably won't go anywhere near a movie theater for a while just because I've been working there for so long. So I stick away from that. And then, like I said, I also try and do my own little thing that's unique to me where I draw anime. Now, I'm not the best artist, that's for damn sure. I've seen the drawings that Charlie does as well, and I gotta say, he is pretty good. He probably puts me to shame. I think I saw that one thing a long time ago where he drew a picture of his dad, and that was just so funny. I was really enjoying that. It was like so fun to see. So yes, I will admit I do things similar to him in terms of video style, but I do try and keep things in my own little realm where I can be my own unique self. That's something I try and take very seriously here. The other thing I want to talk about, which is really funny to me, I was just reading that comment and it just gave me a good chuckle. It was really funny, where some guy said Goon Critical, and then some guy said bro has a library of Alexandria of gooning merch. So in case you can't tell, I watch like a little bit of anime. Not a big deal, it's not life-threatening or anything, but yeah, I like a lot of anime. I watch a lot of stuff. I watch maybe 10 or 12 shows a season. I try and keep up with stuff. That's why whenever I make videos about anime, I try and talk about stuff that maybe not a lot of people are watching, or stuff that would just go under the radar that no one would ever talk about. And regarding all the stuff that I have here, this is just like 5 or 6 years of collecting, just going to conventions, going out of the country, finding little stores here and there where I can buy more stuff. That's my own little side hobby there. I just love collecting stuff. I like going overseas to see all the stuff that you wouldn't sell over here. I just like anime. That's just my thing. A lot of people like collecting stuff too. So like Magic the Gathering cards, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, favorite game franchises. It's a pretty common thing nowadays. I know I do get looks just because of the stuff that I have over here, but it doesn't really bother me. I just have a hobby and I'm really passionate about it. That's all there is to it. If you have a hobby like that where you like to collect stuff, then more power to you. It's not harming anything. It's just your own personal joy. I will say though, I do have a bunch of it. So I got Blu-rays, manga, figurines, acrylic stands, wall scrolls, art books, everything in between. Maybe I like anime a little too much, but it's fine. I'm just having fun with it. I don't plan on becoming an anime YouTuber or anything like that. I don't plan on covering every single little detail about every new thing that comes out. I'll just talk about the stuff that interests me, because if I were to give my opinion on every single anime that ever came out, I would probably be looked at poorly and people would come at me with a pitchfork and torch. I'll still give my opinion here and there. I want to do like a whole thing where I have a big board and stuff and with Velcro straps, and I want to just rate all of my favorite anime that I watch every season, and then at the end of the year I do like the big one for the whole thing. I think that would be really fun. If people get pissed off about it, doesn't really matter to me. It's my own opinion. So I do like to critique anime from time to time, but I don't want to make it like the whole channel, even though my whole room here says otherwise. That's just me. I just like doing whatever I think is interesting, and I think it's just more fun that way. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this. It was a really interesting thing that popped up in my videos, but other than that, let me know what y'all think. Thanks for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. I'll talk to you later. See ya.